Hello and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new here. Today we're just gonna do something fun. No makeup reviews. Well, we're gonna review stuff I already have, but no new makeup, no putting on makeup, no get ready with me, nothing like that. We're going to just go over. I just decided I was looking through my lists of palettes and I thought, well, what are my favorite 10 palettes that I have right now this year that I've used this year? Some of them are new palettes, some of them are palettes I've had for a long time. So I just wanted to go over with you what palettes I've really been enjoying this last year, and just my favorite 10 palettes. If I had to pick 10 palettes out of my collection, what they would be. So if you're interested in seeing what they are, and I will be doing swatches. I just pulled out some makeup wipes, so we will be doing some swatches, so hang tight because we're getting right into it. Okay, these are not ordered in any way, so it's not 10 to 1 or number 1 to 10 or anything like that. I didn't have the heart to rank them. They're just 10 palettes, so they're in no particular order. So the first palette I have is the Oden's Eye Solmani 2 palette, and I think I got this last year, and I really love Oden's Eye. I think there's a lot of indie brands in here. I think so, and some color pop as well. So we've got this palette, and I really love the oranges and the blues. There's another palette in here with oranges in it too. Well, a couple of palettes with oranges in it. I think this last year was the year of orange, I think. So we have some purple leaning colors too. So look at that. That is beautiful right there, that color there. And then we have, these colors are so creamy. You make that color, you can make a fiery look or oh, I just love that color there. This whole collection was good. And then we've got a blue shimmer right here. Such goodness. And let's use my thumb here. Let's see if I can get a good swatch there. Oh my gosh. We got right there. Oh, good gravy. That is a good palette. You could make, you can make a blue and orange look. You can make a fiery orange look. I think I've made all kinds of looks. I've made a blue look. I've made a purple look. I've made an orange look. I've made a blue and orange look with this one before. I've made an orange and purple look with this one before. I think this one's still available. But this is the original. No, this is the Solmani 2. This is the Solmani 2. They have the Solmani. I never got the original Solmani palette, but this is just the number 2. It's not the one that came out this year, which I also have. I also have in my favorite, my top 10 favorites, which is the Solmani 2 Moonwish palette. And I got this one this year, and we have some more blues and purples in here, but we also have some yellows, which this gold right here. You could put these palettes together and make a good look. Is this blue? Oh yes, that blue. I think I'm just gonna be swatching shimmers all day here. And then we have this. Oh, this color. I remember this shade. This shade is absolutely magical on the eyes. Oh, we gotta swatch this one here. And this one. Oh yes, that's like a duochrome there. I know you can't really see it on camera. but that shade is called Universe. We love that shade. And I gotta get a thumb swatch, and I love that color. There's lots of duochromes in this one. That one there. So yeah, that is the Moonwish one right there. Love this palette. I just remembered the look I made with this one. I was like, I could wear this look every day of the week, I think. So yeah, we love that one. Okay, let's talk about some ColourPop. I've got two ColourPop mega palettes here. One is the Smokin' Hot palette. So this is, like I said, the year of the orange. We've got all the hot spicy colors. This is great for summertime. We've got, oops, I'm swatching with the wrong hand. This has some shimmer glitters in it, like this. This isn't, is this a glitter? I wouldn't say it's a glitter. It's sort of like a shimmer glitter. It's got glitters in it, but it's also a shimmer. So I kind of like that better than a straight up glitter shade. And then we've got some really nice fiery reds. Oh my gosh, look at that. With that on top of that, it would be very beautiful. And let's swatch some mattes. We've got like a nice dark matte there. And then let's swatch some more. Love this palette. Oh my gosh. I have so many good ColourPop palettes, but these mega palettes are the absolute tippy top of the best formula that they have. Oh, I got some nice browns in there. Look at those colors. I know you kind of gotta like those fiery reds and those oranges. Let's swatch an orange. Like a deep burnt orange right there. Like that. Okay. I gotta stop with this one or I'll be swatching it all day. So we have the Smokin' Hot palette there. And then the next one, which just always ends up in my list of best neutral palettes and favorite palettes, is the Stone Cold Fox. I think this one is my oldest palette that I have. And probably my most used palette too, if I'm being honest. And we all know her and love her, but we're going to swatch her anyway. Oh, we got the shade here, which is a beautiful inner corner shade. She is our cool toned girly. And this one, which I think is just a matte with some shimmers in it. Yeah, but it's a beautiful shade. And then this one, which I think is my most used shade in here. It's called Nice Guy. Yeah, I think that's probably my most used shade, is Nice Guy. Well, that would make a look right there. And then let's swatch another matte. Let's swatch Stone Age. This just makes this could make a good look right here, right there. So yeah, if I could recommend any Stone Cold Fox, I mean, if I could recommend any ColourPop palette to you, it would be the Stone Cold Fox palette. If you were looking for a ColourPop palette, I would say definitely go for the Stone Cold Fox. If you liked cool tone shades. Okay, let me wipe these off. I'll be right back. Okay, and this was probably my most favorite palette for the longest time, but it's gotten kind of old, but it's still in my top 10 favorites. This is the Lunar Beauty Nude Prism palette. I mainly use this one for matte looks. I don't usually use the shimmers in here, but let's go ahead and swatch some of the shimmers. I do use this one called So Icy. I do use this one as the inner corner highlight shade because it is just so icy, so beautiful. And I like this one. I like this one called Sam. I do like to use that one if I'm, oh my gosh, just look at these. Look at how shiny those are. And sometimes I'll use this one, which I can't even read the names on them anymore, called Laura, I think. Wait, this is it. Those right there are like the 3 shimmers I'll use if I'm using this palette. But most of the time, I like to use Cherry Blossom, I'll use Sakura, and I'll use Bloom for You, and then I'll use Bear, like on my lid, which you probably can't see very well, but it's a very light pink, lighter than Cherry Blossom, but I like to use those shades the most. But that's these 2 shades. Sakura is this shade, and Bloom for You is this shade right here. So I like to use those shades a lot from this palette. It's a very good palette. And yeah, if I just need a go-to look, if I just need a fast go-to look, I will pull out that palette and use it. Okay, so I think my favorite Natasha Denona palette might be the Yucca palette. And I know this might be a controversial opinion, but the last couple of times I've used it, I made some really, really fun, beautiful looks with it. Again, we're going back to the oranges and the yellows, and probably because it has yellows and browns and golds in it. That's probably why I like it, and it has some oranges in it too. I'm not gonna lie, that's probably why I like it. And we've got that color there. Let me swatch this color because I think I really like this color right here. It's kind of a greenish yellow gold right there. And then we've got this color here right there. That's not as pretty, but let's switch these greens because I haven't really used these greens much. Let me swatch them with the other hand. I like that green. I'm not really into this green because it's kind of a cool toned green. I'm not really into cool toned greens that much. I like warm toned earthy greens. So I like this top green more than this cool toned green. And then we've got some browns. So I'm not gonna lie, I think this one this palette is kind of slept on. If you like the yellows and the browns and the gold, you should really well, I'm not saying you should buy this palette because it is pretty expensive, but I mean, if you're looking to buy a Natasha Denona palette and you like those colors, I think you would really like this one. Okay, so we have that. Let's move on to Nomad, my favorite Nomad palette. Okay, first of all, we have the Hudson Valley palette. Probably my second favorite palette by Nomad Cosmetics. I like that it doesn't have a lot of shimmers in it. So let's go ahead and swatch those shimmers. They're not the best shimmers from... See, they're not like Lunar Beauty. Like, look at that. See, they're not the best shimmers from Nomad either. We'll talk about that with the next palette. But I just love this color story. I love this fall color story. And you've got these oranges and reds that you can play with. And look at that vibrancy. Look at the vibrancy of these mattes. I mean, just look at that. And I'm gonna swatch these greens too. Look, yes, please. I love this palette, and I love these colors too, and these little neutral colors as well. I've never made a bad look with this palette. That's why I like this palette so much. And a lot of times I'll just make a matte look with it and not even bother with the shimmers. So that's why I like this palette so much. Okay, let me wipe off my arms again, and I will be right back again. Okay, sticking with Nomad, we have this one, which is probably my favorite palette from Nomad right now. And this is the New Zealand Stargazing palette. It's got some purples, got some pinks, got some really cool shimmers in it. So let's swatch these shimmers. These shimmers are a lot less dry than the Nomad palette. Yes, look at that. This is how Nomad knows how to do shimmers, like this. So this palette is what I go to when I want some extra sparkly shimmers. So we got that there, and this makes it extra special, galactical. Is that a word? Galactic look. Let's swatch some mattes here. Those mattes are amazing. So yeah, this makes one of my favorite looks from a Nomad palette. I'm looking forward to the Polar Express palette coming out next week. I'm hoping to get that and sharing that with you guys, making a look or two with that. But look at those duochromes, or maybe even multi-chromes. That top one looks like a multi-chrome. So yeah, that is my favorite Nomad palette for sure. Oh, I had it in a box. Let's put it back in its box. Okay, so let's talk about my favorite Blend Bunny palette. I got this year and was really impressed by it. It's the Machina palette. And yeah, they do the little system where you can, use this like this, but this color right here, I love this shade. I love this whole palette, mainly for this shade right here. Love that. And these greens, I don't think I have these types of greens except maybe in the new Divination palette, maybe, that came out from Blend Bunny. But other than that, love these greens, especially this top one right here. I don't think I have anything else like it in my collection, but just love this. Love the concept of this palette. Love that it has blacks and whites and grays, so you can change the tones of that. Let's see how black this is. I mean, that's a good black there. And these blues, you can do blues and greens and purples, pinks and blues, pinks and purples. You can do reds and pinks, reds and blues together, greens and reds together. I mean, or you can just do a red look and darken it up with the black. You can just do a pink, did I say pink and purple look together? I mean, it's not all the colors of the rainbow, but I mean, like I said, this shade right here, I mean, it's just absolutely almost worth the whole palette. It is so good. And their shimmers, they have improved so much on their shimmers. Let me swatch that purple shade. I also love the Divination palette. I just haven't played with it enough to get a real sense of it. But this Machina palette, definitely in my top 10. Okay, and probably my favorite palette this year. I can go ahead and say that. This is probably number 1. And if you've been on the channel, you might know what it is. It was number 1 a couple of months ago in my palette rankings, and it is from Glamlight. It's my favorite Glamlight palette for sure. It is the Garfield palette, and I never thought I was gonna buy this palette, but I bought it on sale. And here we go with the oranges again. The oranges and this maroon color. This is kind of like a, let's swatch that color, kind of like a blue-gray. Yeah, like a blue-gray. Look, I haven't really used this color, but these oranges, oh my gosh, these are so softly pressed too. Look at this. Look at this. Now those are kind of the same. Would show up the same on the eyes. There's a little difference, but we've got a yellow here. And this maroon. Okay, I just love Garfield too. I love the theming of this palette. I just made the most beautiful look with it. And yes, we have the orange. I just love Glamlight. I've loved all my Glamlight palettes that I've gotten. Except maybe the Scooby-Doo one. Not my favorite. And I gave away my Michaela 10-pan palette one. Wasn't in love with that one. But lately, they've been doing a really good job. So here are all the swatches from that. And those are the 10 palettes that I have chosen for this year to be in my top 10. I'll probably do this once a year. I usually do my top 10 neutral palettes, but this year I'll do my top 10 favorite palettes, and I'll do my top 10 favorite colorful palettes too. So stay tuned for those 2 videos to come if you want to see them. We'll see how this video does. Okay, so thank you for joining me. Do you have any of these palettes, or what do you think of them? What is your favorite palette that you've used this year? And all that stuff. I want to know all the deets. So let me know in the comments. Leave me a comment. Share this video with your friends if you think they would like it. Please leave this video a thumbs up and please subscribe if you haven't already. If you would like to see more videos like this, I would love to have you join my channel. So with all that said, I hope you have a great day and week out there, and I will see you in the next one. Okay, goodbye.